This is a brief explanation of Mikel Arteta's tactics and Ruben Amorim's tactics going into the cracker at the Emirates today. Let's jump into it. First of all, Arsenal, I am using the way they played against Sporting Lisbon to show example of the way they play against three at the back. Arsenal against Sporting Lisbon played 4-3-3. This is their formation, and this is the formation of Sporting Lisbon. But also, this is also the formation of Manchester United, 3-4-3. In application, Mikel Arteta did something that is interesting when the game started. Mikel Arteta saw that these players can be isolated. And the idea for this 3-4-3 is that Ruben Amorim will want this guy, Ahmad, and this guy to be able to, these ones will squeeze these ones. So once they squeeze, they have a shape like this. These guys can have opportunity to come in this pocket of space. You can see, this is the game plan. So this center ones will squeeze to bring the attention to themselves, to create overload for the wing backs. This is Ahmad, this is Dalo. But in application, what Mikel Arteta did to counter this against Sporting Lisbon, immediately the game started, instead of him to play 4-3-3 like he set out to play, he reverted to 4-2-4. What he did is that he pushed Odegaard forward. What is his thinking to go into 4-2-4? He wants to stop because the idea is for these people to start coming forward and for them to be able, these defenders, these three defenders, to be in the midfield so that he can help these guys to start going forward. But because of Mikel Arteta overloads this three, now they're facing four players. The players have to react by these ones coming back to help. 3-4-3 while defending is 5-3-2. So because they now back to defend, now this one of the midfielders will drop in to make it 5-3-2 because they are defending, because of the overload Mikel Arteta have done. What Mikel Arteta will now do again to punish them, he will now move Rice forward to join them to make it 3-2-5, even more crazy, and invert Calafiori into the middle. Once he inverts Calafiori into the middle, look at it now. So these guys are now overnumbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, they are now going one-on-one with all these players, making it very, very hard for these ones because now they have to start tracking back. You will now see a situation where Bukayo Saka will take this guy to the end and you will see Odegaard coming on this position. Once Bukayo Saka makes this move and pass this ball, you will start seeing the fact that Martinelli will start arriving at the 18-yard box because all these defenders, once Odegaard have the ball here, they are moving and looking in this way. They will not know when Martinelli will arrive. With Havertz now, two of them will now go to the back post. This is why, from this position, Odegaard is easily making this pass. Because once Bukayo Saka have taken this guy to the byline and passed the ball to Odegaard, all these other ones are looking like this. They are looking to see what Odegaard, and nobody is aware of what is happening at the back. Before this one can recover, because this player is not a natural defender. It's like a winger playing as a wing back. So before he could come back, they would have scored. So these are the things, basic things that Mikel Arteta have been doing at Arsenal. And these three players, they are very comfortable to have these two against them. These ones in front are keeping an eye on these ones plus Rice. And sometimes you also see a situation where Kai Havertz will come here to help Odegaard for them to make some flick, 1, 2, 3. They can make some angles, pass the ball, then to the back post, or then you see a situation where Kai Havertz drops the ball to Odegaard, then makes a run again, then Odegaard takes the ball back, Saka will slip in here, Odegaard will pass this ball. They used it against West Ham, and he can either cross or also score, or you can bring him down. So Mikel Arteta is well versed and well prepared against these kind of teams. And then when Arsenal wants to defend, they don't even play 4-3-3 again. They revert to 4-4-2. You will see Calafiori now come back to return. Then Rice will come back. There will see a situation where Odegaard will come back into the middle here. Then Saka will return back and make it 4. And then Arsenal will be playing with two men like this. Even when these players have the ball, because Arsenal is defending in 4-4-2, even when they have the ball, it's tough. Because remember, the idea is for them to explore this space. Arteta will revert back to 4-4-2 to make sure that these wing backs are now facing Saka and facing, and these ones are now facing this here, 4 against 3, and this 2 is facing this 2, and then this one is facing this one. You see, it's difficult because Arteta knows that if they revert back to 4-3-3, then this one will have opportunity to go one-on-one with this. For him to protect this back line, he reverts to 4-4-2, and 4-4-2, you can see it. They have 4 at the back, they have 4 in the center. Those 4 in the center are able to match the 4 of the midfield of Manchester United, and then 4 at the back is able to hold this 3, and this is incredible. This is how Mikel Arteta does his job. Let's go into Manchester United. For Manchester United, because Arsenal started in 4-3-3 and moved to 4-2-4, the reality is that for Manchester United to be able to have a grip on the ball, to help these guys to have access to the ball because they are very important in the system Ruben Amorim is playing. These three players need to work their socks off. They need to constantly chase the ball. They need to constantly work. It will be difficult because now they're working against 4 players at the back. They need to constantly chase the ball. And these 2 players have a good job to do to also help step up when they're chasing the ball. These ones can now go 1v1 at the back. Then he can start helping these guys to come forward. If these guys are able to hold the ball and force these players to start squeezing them deep and find a way to squeeze them deep like this so that these ones can make a run and this guy, Kobe Menu, can from here find this pass. You see it? And then this one is making a run. And immediately that they make this run, immediately they make this pass, Arsenal defenders will be coming back, giving them room because Ruben Amorim likes cutback for them to make this cutback. Bruno can score. This other player can score. Every other player can be able to do it. So what they need to do in this game is for them, these 3 players, they are very important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very important. They are the engine of 3-4-3. They have to work so hard to make sure they express on the ball. And when they lose the ball, they don't just have to now be passive and walking around. It will be devastating. But if they start applying pressure with speed, with energy, and these ones are able to notice that there's a gap, they start coming in to be able to help. And then these ones are pushing forward. It will be easier for Manchester United. And then these ones, when they have the ball, are trying to squeeze them so that these guys can slip into this position. This is what Ruben Amorim is planning. And this is exactly how Ahmad was able, because you watch, they pressed in the middle against Everton. They received the ball, and Everton is already going on attack. Then it was, these ones are running inside. Then it was difficult. 5, imagine, look at it, 5 against 4. That is how Manchester United will be devastated. But if these guys are passive, are walking around, it will be tough. And it's a different ball game for Arsenal because Arsenal have central defenders that are very, very good on the ball and off the ball. So these are my tactical preview for the game between Manchester United and Arsenal at the Emirates. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and let's go.